All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm super excited to have every single last one of you on here today. Hopefully, my goal is for you to walk out with some knowledge on pre-foreclosures, how to better approach them, how to work with clients and get you a deal working with a pre-foreclosure. It's not that complicated. It's also not that easy. Everything that's great takes time and it takes sacrifice. A lot of you guys already know me. A lot of you guys are part of my community of Foreclosure Fridays, where we pretty much all we talk about is working with pre-foreclosures, sharing knowledge, sharing game, how to acquire pre-foreclosure deals. It's been a great journey for me working with pre-foreclosures. I've done a lot of different type of deals, and I enjoy it because you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it's a short sale, sometimes it's a probate, sometimes it's a guardianship, sometimes it's uh, it's crazy, it's insane. But I wanted to kind of like start off by basic foreclosure knowledge. I don't have a whole Canvas slide thing. I'm just gonna do more of a talking, and also you guys feel free to ask questions as well. You can go ahead and initially drop your questions in the chat, but then as I go through the presentation, I'll go ahead and answer these questions. But first of all, it's just really understanding like what is a pre-foreclosure, because a lot of time people mistaken pre-foreclosure as an okay, the bank already owns the house. No, that's an REO. Through the pre-foreclosure process, the homeowner still owes the house. They miss payments. Pre-foreclosure process starts roughly here in Florida after the 120 days of missing payments. The homeowners still have the ability to save the house. So now the bank is trying to reach out to them. Hey, we got this program, we got loan modifications, we got a bunch of other programs that they have available, because the bank is not trying to foreclose on them because it costs them money and time. So they're trying to resolve the situation. So if the homeowner is actually reaching out to the bank, they can possibly get something done. And the thing that we're seeing a lot of is loan modifications. Loan modifications are freaking crazy. I've been to homeowners' properties and reviewing the loan modification docs with them. I'm seeing anywhere from, let's say they owe $50,000. The last lady I seen, they're asking her to pay $30,000. Interest rate is like between a 12, 13%, 40-year loan with a balloon payment at the end. It's insane. A lot of people don't know what are those, and they're signing them because they just want to keep the house. So it's a tough thing, right? Um, but I just want to start off with that knowledge of pre-foreclosure. And then now when it comes down to approaching these people. So when you're working with pre-foreclosure clients, it's a lot of patience, a lot of sympathy, empathy. It takes time. They have to build trust because they don't know you. They don't know you from a can of paint. There's so many people reaching out to them. Pre-foreclosures are known as the low-bearing fruits. So a lot of people are already like calling them, trying to see, okay, how can I buy their house? And a lot of these people, they don't want to sell their house. They want to keep their house. And the mistake that I'm seeing a lot of people make when they're making these phone calls or reaching out to these people, they're automatically assuming that this person wants to sell. No, that's wrong. When I call, my initial conversation is like, hey, my name is Omi. I just wanted to call and kind of introduce myself. I wanted to, see if there's anybody helping you, and if there's anybody helping you, or if there's anything that we could do to help you. And they're like, who are you? Hey, I'm a local realtor in the area. I just wanted to figure out, I see that your property is going through foreclosure. I specialize in helping homeowners that's going through this situation. Let me ask you, what is your plan for the property? Is your goal to keep it, or is your goal to sell it? Boom, that opens up a conversation. And from there, I'm like, what did you do already? Boom. But that's why I say it's very important as well too, to kind of like have an understanding of the process. When you understand the pre-foreclosure process, you kind of know where they're at and kind of understand the terminology. Like we know in real estate, there's certain words that we know that your average person probably doesn't know, or they're not familiar with hearing on a day-to-day basis. When somebody's going through foreclosure, there's certain words they're gonna learn from the bank and documents that they're sending them. And once they realize that you have knowledge about those words like loan modification, the steps overall in the pre-foreclosure process, bankruptcy, all of that stuff, they're more open to you. They're like, okay, this guy know what he's talking about, or this girl know what she's talking about. And you start building trust. And I tell people all the time, I'm gonna show you my follow-up system. I'm gonna show you where to find these leads and how to go about them. I just kind of wanted to have this initial conversation so that way you can kind of understand what it looks like. But going down to it, if you guys are part of my Foreclosure Friday crew already, you already know how to find these leads. You guys already know we gave you all the game, all the sauce. All right, but I just want to share with anybody that doesn't know. Okay, so jumping into it. This is IMAP, guys. If you guys don't use IMAP, I highly recommend you do because IMAP is a public data source that provides a lot of information to you. I think we're in the biggest era, biggest time of where data is so powerful, or you don't even need to really pay for leads. If you know how to source data or how to use data, you can use it to your advantage, right? So once you go into IMAP, it's in your real estate board. I think everybody should have IMAP, whether you're down here in Florida, other states. I think we all have it. It's part of our fees. Once you come into IMAP, there's three tabs. You have tax search, MLS search, then you have a foreclosure search. A lot of people don't know that it's there. Once you go into this foreclosure search, I kind of already created like my own tabs that works for me. But if you guys don't have your own tabs, very easy. We can go back, start creating tabs. So right here, filing date is very important. The filing date is when they actually, boom, started the suit and filed the foreclosure after the 120 days down here in Florida, so they can start the foreclosure process on the people. The further back you go, the longer the person's been in foreclosure. The foreclosure process can take a year or more if they have a really good attorney. So I tell you, we're in December now. You can go back 2 months, a month. So anything from October 1st to now, I want to see it. Another thing, when I come down here, I like working with single family homes and multi-family homes, not more so condos, because condos have a lot of restrictions, a lot of rules, a lot of regulations, a lot of headaches. We know the condo market right now is kind of crazy and insane. I just personally don't like to deal with it, so I kind of like stay away from it. And another secret sauce that's been working very well for me, I tell everybody, pick an area, pick a niche, pick a zip code. Because there's foreclosures everywhere, pre-foreclosures everywhere. I'm not saying the market is, is crashing, is gonna burn. It's just the fact that there's hardships. There's people that can't pay their mortgages. It's just what it is. Even in a great market, you're gonna have somebody that life happened. They got sick, somebody died, they lost their job, they just can't pay. Now they need help. So these pre-foreclosures, they're there. And now we're seeing an increase in a lot of them. Some of these people, the beautiful part is they have a lot of equity. So pick a zip code. The reason I say pick a zip code is because with approaching pre-foreclosures, it's not just one way. It's not just a call. It's not just you have to door knock, you have to do flyers, you have to do the more things that you do, the greater the chance that you have of landing this lead and building some type of connection or doing a deal with this individual. So once you come here, oh, this thing is blocking me. Hold on. Once you come here, you kind of fill out what you want. I filter out even with names sometimes, owner name. I'll go back to my previous criteria. See, I knock off all the trusts. I knock off all the LLCs because sometimes these are investors and they think that they know it all and they know how to beat the foreclosure system. As long as you're going up against a bank, I haven't seen anybody yet to beat a bank, but if you know anybody, let me know. But so once I have my criteria in, single family, multifamily, search. I love this new IMAP, by the way. It's so cool. If you're still on the old one, when you come in, it's gonna have a button on the top for you to switch to the new one. And then that's why I say filter by zip code. I don't look, this is how you're gonna discourage yourself. Let's say you start here and you start looking through here and then you want to jump through here. No, like pick an area, focus on all the ones that I organize by zip code. So when I go door knocking, zip codes descending, right? I organize all of them by zip code. So that way if I'm in the area, okay. I know zip code us and then I can knock on, see, you just filter it. You get what works for you. I'm gonna show you. Take me to the North Miami side, baby. All right, so let's start here. Miami Garden is not bad too. We come in here. This is the property. I tell people on your iMap is gonna give you little hints right here too. And this also shows you the opportunity that's out there. Out of all these foreclosures right now, as you can see, a lot of them sometimes they start listing. This one's on the market. Let me click this one. Whenever you see the green little flag, that means it's listed. This one's on the market. I like picking this little tab right here. It's active. It's pending. Somebody put this one on the market already. Realtor listed it. You're already on the contract. There's deals. There's opportunities out there, but you just have to know it takes time. Go back to my search criteria. Back. Whenever you see the green little flag right here, that means it's active. So I don't pay attention to those. I would tell you sometime pay attention to the active because let's say you have a client that's looking or a regular buyer that's already pre-approved. You want a property that potentially might offer a great opportunity, a reduced price. I would look at them because you know that this person is going to foreclosure and they have to sell. So if they're not under contract yet, you can offer them a lower offer. So I clicked on this one because this one is no flag next to it, no nothing. INC. I know I don't want this one. I want a regular homeowner. Sometimes you see, look, it's like 30, 40 people on them. Might be a probate. Boom, see, estate. I don't mind the probates. I actually like the probates because most probates are actually really good deals. So once I come in here, I'm just kind of like analyzing the deal. Okay, somebody died. The house is going to foreclosure now. I like clicking through the RPR. You're kind of like a detective somewhat as well too. And then I just come here. The reason why I come here, I kind of find out when was the last time this property sold. And once I could determine that, it kind of gives me an idea of like how much equity that they kind of have. Okay, so now I go back here. I just an idea to make sure that the property, it's just a good area. So you click here. You can also go do this by website as well too. This is the court system website. And go back. And this is how you input for Miami-Dade. Broward is different, Orlando is different, every county is different. So 2023. CA, it's a civil court. I'm here. What happened to this one? Motion for dismissal. I just want to show you. This is when you first come into a case as well too. This is the document that you kind of want to look at. This case got dismissed. I already see it was closed. They resolved the situation, but I want to show you what the complaint looked like. Plaintiff, it tells you the bank that's suing them. It tells you who's being sued. But also, look at this. When you come through here, I can read these things like so fast because I read them like almost every single day. But I'll try to go ahead and go slow so that we can kind of see what I'm looking for. You see right here? This is the amount that the bank is foreclosing on them for as of the time the foreclosure started. So usually from the time the foreclosure started and it started in 2023 of May, and now they probably tacked on an additional $50,000-$60,000 because it's been on a year. The interest rates are crazy. That's another thing a lot of people don't know too. The moment you go into foreclosure, your interest rate kind of like doubles. It's insane. So it's something that I even tell homeowners as well too. I say, hey, look, listen, I'm pretty sure you noticed from the time that you went into foreclosure and the time that you're in now, you're paying a significant amount in interest. A lot of people don't tell you that. The moment you're in default, you activate your default rate and it's much higher than your current rate. I say, go look at your mortgage, closing papers and you'll see it. And once they do, they're like, oh shoot, I didn't know that. So this is the timeline of what's been going on. These people have been in foreclosure, like I said, for a pretty long time. They've been going through the motion, going through the motion, going through the motion. If you have a good attorney, the attorney can extend. But the benefits of the attorney extending the foreclosure case is so that the individual can be in the property longer. The downside of it is they're losing money every single day. So again, not everybody's ready to sell right away. That's why I said this is a process. So once you find this individual, this is a probate, it's different. So with probates, you have to go directly to the house or find out who are the heirs in the property, and then you can reach out to the heirs. But that's why I said you gotta have multiple ways to reach out to these people. So let me go back. Let me do one that was like fresh. I like going back a year because some of these people, I think they have to get worn out. They have to get beat up a little bit, and then they're receptive to listening. Because usually if they get it right away, what today is? Today is the 19th. Let me go December 1st. December 1st. Is there anything in my preferred zip code? 33161. Let's see. We got 4 from December 1st and now. All right. I say this is the easiest ways to get listings in like high-end areas that you possibly wouldn't be able to get into. But not every high-end area has foreclosures, but in some areas sometimes people do go through stuff. Rich people go through stuff too. Everybody has money issues at times. It's life. So this one right here, go through it. This is boring stuff, trust me, but it's fun. I feel like a detective. Look at this property. All right. Owners, okay. So now let's go be nosy. Let's figure out what happened. It just got into it. You start getting a little faster as you do this more and more. What's up? See, like motion for extension. They're already requesting. Sometimes the homeowner responds themselves and they put like information. I gotten opportunities before where I seen a homeowner. So most people will hire an attorney to go ahead and extend and do all that stuff, but you do have some homeowners where they take action into their own hand and they write the letter. They start responding, "Hey, if you want to reach me, this is my best phone number, blah 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 blah," or my address changed, or this is what happened. I lost my job. I broke my leg, blah blah blah, and all that stuff is in there. It's public record, and I'm able to read that. And when I get a hold of the homeowner, hey, look. Christy, I know that you broke your leg and you lost your job. Things been hard, and how did you know? Well, I'm great at what I do. You gotta say something like that. But you come in here again, you kind of see this person. It started not too long ago, November 27, 2024. The process is going. So this individual, I already know their mindset that they're trying to buy as much time as possible. And sometimes what attorneys don't tell them too, is that the only way you're gonna stop your house from going into foreclosure and the bank actually taking it back is by paying what you owe. There's no magic bullet to it. A lot of these attorneys tell them and sell them a dream. Hey, yeah, we're gonna stop the foreclosure. We're gonna beat the bank, and that's not the reality of it. You gotta come up with that money, or you jump into a modification and come up with a new loan structure. But yeah, just usually go in there, and once I find the individual or I find out what's going on let's see this one. We're seeing right here, almost in the eights. How much do they owe? defendant, promissory note. It's crazy, man. Some of these people had their mortgages for a while, payments less than, 1,200, and they go through stuff. See, this one right here, $138,000. That's where they're starting. Right now, this is pretty much what they have equity. So a lot of these homes that you're reaching out to, if you're able to get an opportunity to work that with that homeowner, that's a regular listing because that person has more than enough equity to sell the property, put some money in their pocket, and walk out with something. So then from there, you use your skip tracing tools, fast people search, true people search. So go ahead in there, find the phone numbers, reach out to them, door knock. It's very simple stuff. It's just you gotta stay on top of the game and be very consistent with it. I'll share my kind of like my follow-up system that I have here that I kind of created. A lot of these leads are on the broad side, a little older but I don't care if you guys see. I kind of created my own spreadsheet of like if the case is closed, if I did a deal with them, if it's green, if it's active, and this is what works for me before. And then I do have a CRM. I have my follow-up boss, but before I put into my follow-up boss, this is kind of like my way of like, okay, this is the case. This is how much they owe. This is the equity on it. Do they have a sales date? This is the sales date. Or if they don't have a sales date in there, did I knock on this house? I knocked on this house. Okay, what did the person tell me? They said such and such, blah, blah, blah. I need to follow up. So again, this is a game of heavy follow-up, heavy follow-up. My longest deal from conversion date to close was like a year. It takes time, but it was very rewarding. The lady had 5 properties. And then we have opportunities where I think I've done deals with a lot of you here as well too. I've done deals with Chelsea. I have a deal right now with Mel. It's a short sale. So there's so many different opportunities, and sometimes they have other people and they want to buy other properties. So it's this field, this niche is very rewarding, and also it just gives you the ability to build like a massive pipeline for yourself if you do it correctly and you're following up. Um, Questions. I know I shared a lot of stuff, but I really wanted to take time to answer questions and kind of like show you things of that can help you. Hold on. How do I stop this? Right here. Perfect. All right. Let me go into the chat box. If you do have a question, feel free to mute yourself and we can go ahead and I can answer this question. Do the probate properties take longer to convince to list? Yeah, probates. This is what I discovered about probates. A lot of probates, the homeowners want to sell, especially if there's multiple beneficiaries. They want to sell, but the issue is finding those probates earlier enough. By the time that person is dead, before they even hit a foreclosure list or whatever, whatnot, that property I found out some investor, some way, somehow, already got to them. My attorney says the best way to get to these foreclosure deals is if you have some type of connect at literally the funeral home or something like that. Probates are sweet deals. They sell quick. There many a time when I reach out to probate deals, or we already have a contract. I've done some, luckily, where they didn't have anybody yet, but a lot of them it takes a while, and probates are not that bad too. They're faster. Before they used to take, a couple months, a year to get done, but now they're pretty quick. Like my property, I have a property that I purchased. The probate was done in like 3 months. It wasn't even that long. It was quick, and then we had 11 people on that probate. So if you have the right attorney that knows what they're doing, they can be done pretty quick. And probates are very good deals. Usually probate deals you're getting some type of a steal because everybody just want their money, they want their cut, they don't want to stay forever, they want out. And there's a lot of probate deals happening right now because as we know, there's a lot of boomers that are retiring, people passing away. So these deals are there, and then the cool part where you can tell somebody that probably has a property in probate is like, look, listen, you need to do the probate because you can't you can't add homestead, you can't sell the property, you can't add insurance because it's not under your name. I have 2 situations right now where personally I know the individuals and the property's in probate and the house is going to tax sale. They can't do anything about it because they don't own the property. So probates are sweet deals. Any other questions that we have? Because I can take you in so many different directions. This is this is a niche that I'm very passionate about. I like it. I
Good,
enjoy it. It
good
keeps me
morning,
alive. And
Omi.
it's good morning. Is this Ivan? No?
Nah, this is Rich. What's going on, Omi?
Oh,
Good
Rich.
morning,
What's
brother.
up, Rich?
Good, good.
I'm
Thank you
doing
for
well.
your time. I appreciate the nuggets. I got a question. There's so many agents out here, and a lot of us, we get in our own head before we even start stuff. In your opinion, how like saturated is the foreclosure and pre-foreclosure market in the sense of competition? Like when you're out there and you're dropping off flyers, or you're calling people, are there like a ton of agents or very few? This is a question for me and the agents here, because we're curious about that.
I would definitely say not enough agents. There's a lot of investors, a lot of investors. But this is the cool thing, Rich. When it comes down to like facing the investors and getting a pre-foreclosure lead, as agents, you actually have an upper hand. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can offer them two options: finding them an investor that'll pay them top dollar, or you list a property for them. Because a lot of investors, when they approach these homeowners, what they're telling the homeowner is that, hey, I can buy your property at this price, which is usually a discounted price. Not every free foreclosure house is messed up. Some of them are good condition, they're retail. Even if they are messed up, you can say, hey, look, this is how much your property is worth. And then I use that sometimes to get through the gate, just like with the RPR. When I first started, I would just print that out and drop it out the door and let them know. And when I reach them, hey, look, do you know that your property is worth around this much? Oh, I didn't know it. Look, okay. In order for me to give you a final estimate, I need to go in and see it. I got so many pictures on my phone, Rich. Just last week, I went to somebody's house and I was able to, give them kind of like a CMA of how much they could sell it for. Investors won't tell them that. They'll just tell them, hey, look, based on this. Because remember, most investors are either fix and flip or they're trying to do a wholesale deal. But yes, there's a lot of investors. And even I haven't ran into too many realtors because realtors, a lot of them, they don't go door knocking on pre-foreclosures. Some of them probably call, but again, that's why I said call, door knock, do your flyers. If you continue doing, like, the biggest thing I'll tell you that will separate you, Rich, is the follow up. Because the thing about pre-foreclosures is you never know when they're gonna be ready. Somebody can just get the letter today, 3 months in, they're tired. Okay, I want to go ahead and list. Somebody might get the in foreclosure now, and it takes a year and a couple of days, and you probably been in communication with that person. You stopped, and then somebody just reached out to them on a good day, and they want to do something. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, that's why I said the follow-up is the biggest thing. Once you have and the reason why I like the pre-foreclosure stage is because you have the opportunity to be the first person to reach out to that person. You see how I went on the IMAP and I did the ones that just came out in December, from December 1st until now. There was a deal I had. I was the first one at the door, and I was like, look, this is gonna happen to you. A lot of people's gonna call you. They're gonna try to, reach out to you about getting your property. You can list the property for this much, blah, blah, blah. Kid you not. And in 2 weeks, he hit me back up. He said, hey, I want to go ahead and meet. You were right, such and such, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up doing a deal with him. So the competition is a lot, especially when I feel like when the market is not moving as fast, investors are trying to get a deal. They want a bargain, but you're not going to go against a lot of realtors. It's never a lot of realtors, Richard. It's more so investors.
Thanks, Omi. Appreciate that, bro.
You're welcome, my brother. Any other question? Anybody else with anything else? Serrano, what's up, man? Serrano been crushing the game with me for a while now. Anything you want to say, Serrano?
What's up, y'all? Ooh, damn, I had a frog in my throat. That's crazy. No, I mean, definitely giving the high level overview, guys. You guys got to tap in. I see a lot of familiar faces here, from the Foreclosure Friday crew. For those who aren't, definitely join the community. So reach out to Omi. and he'll plug you guys up. But it's a game of consistency, and it's also a little bit of a foot race too. So I think last year, just as an experiment, I took 7 agents. I can't do it again, by the way. I took 7 agents out door knocking pre-foreclosure, and we hit one, and it ended up being a success. So and I'm still following up and working on it. But they're just elderly people, so again, it's a process, and you have to get them the approach of helping them first, rather than just trying to secure a listing. That's basically what it boils down to first. I think you're muted too.
You're on mute, homie.
Okay, okay. You can hear? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Dang. But yeah, like Serrano was saying, you got to take the approach of wanting to help the person. And I've done deals where people they don't want to keep the house, they just want to sell it. But don't take the approach of automatically thinking that they want to sell it. It's all about your approach. It's all about your consistency. If you continue following up, you're gonna get deals. Remember, a lot of these deals, again, we got into really good deals. Really good deals. I learned a lot through the process. I've seen so many different opportunities. Nothing is really the same in this niche as well. But if you want more information on how you can better your skill sets and get more deals, focusing on this niche, I dropped the link to my school's community. I have like 5, 6 videos in there teaching you the same thing I just taught today, and other videos that go more in depth of what you can do and how to, find these people, how to talk to these people. It's all free. You can just go ahead and log in. And then also, like Rob said, so tomorrow we have a Foreclosure Friday Zoom where we kind of just update you on the news, what's happening, and other like lead generation secrets that we have when it comes down to dealing with pre-foreclosures. So I hope today was helpful for you. I try to make it as quick and simple as possible. I don't like to overcomplicate it. And if you do have any questions or have a deal that pertaining to foreclosure and you need help with, you could always reach out to me. And that's it, guys. I hope you have a productive day. Stay consistent. Follow up is the key to success in this business with anything that you do. And always here to help. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And then I'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you, brother.